Today is the Dodgers' last home game of the regular season, and with a win tonight, they will clinch the NL West. The boys in blue have not clinched the division at home since 2018. Now, they say it never rains in Southern California, but I can tell you this. If they win tonight, there will be some champagne showers in the locker room. Hangovers are for those who overindulge. But the Dodgers came into their last series of the regular season with a sober mind, despite popping bottles last night to celebrate clinching the NL West. They've got their eye on the prize, which is the best record in baseball for home field advantage in the playoffs. And that determination showed tonight through their bats. After a regular season filled with fireworks, the Dodgers have the next few days to study before their big test, the NLDS. The boys in blue spent the night, like the rest of us, watching the wild card madness in anticipation of finding out who their divisional series opponent will be between the Padres and Braves. We are just minutes away from first pitch, and this is winner take all today at Dodger Stadium in Game 5 of this best of 5 series in the NLDS. It is happening. The Dodgers punched their ticket to the NLCS after shutting out the Padres in Game 5. The atmosphere here at Dodger Stadium was absolutely electric. The champagne and the beer are flowing inside the locker room. Take a look at the celebration right now. The guys are singing, dancing, screaming their beer. It is a huge And then you're looking a little dry right now. We gotta get some more beer on top of you. How you feeling? For the past 2 games, the bullpen has been absolutely clutch. You tonight and your outing, you struck out your first batter. Tell us what your mentality was for these last couple games.
My mentality and my approach every single game is one pitch at a time to try to execute it. That's what works best for me.
Party in the clubhouse is absolutely bananas. This is the first time I can really take off my goggles. Take a look at all these beer bottles and these champagne bottles. This team was celebrating hard. If you look at the floor, I'm literally stepping in puddles of champagne and beer. That's how incredible this party was in the clubhouse. Next up is the New York Mets in the NLCS. The beer has been doused, the champagne has been sprayed, and after the party in the clubhouse last night, the Dodgers now turn their focus to becoming the National League champions. Game 1 starter of the NLCS, Jack Flaherty, must have been tired of hearing the Dodgers have no pitching, because today was the performance of his career, throwing 7 shutout innings against the Mets. It is cold in Queens, New York, but the Dodgers have to come out hot in order to avoid going down in the series. To do that, they have to have much better at-bats and pitching. Walker Buehler will be on the mound in Game 3. He gave up 6 earned runs in 5 innings of work in his first outing in the NLDS. Not only did the Dodgers go up in the NLCS 2-1 in dominant fashion, but they are now only 2 wins away from clinching a World Series berth. In Game 3, they got on the board early by getting on base and playing small ball. Kike Hernandez and Shohei Ohtani silent Citi Field with home run blasts that are probably in outer space right now. We are just minutes away from first pitch, but things will look a little bit different today than last night. Freddie Freeman, who has been playing through an ankle injury, is out. Dave Roberts wanted to give him a little bit more rest. Batting third in his spot is Teoscar Hernandez, and batting cleanup will be Tommy Edman. The Dodgers had no shortage of high-octane offense to take a commanding 3-1 lead in the NLCS. The story of the night is how Mookie Betts and Tommy Edman, who moved up to clean up tonight, broke out at the plate. Win and they're in. That's all the Dodgers have to do to punch their ticket to the World Series. The biggest issue was the pitching, or the lack thereof. There was no strikeouts for the Dodgers tonight, not one, while the Mets had 11. Starter Jack Flaherty only lasted for 3 innings and gave up a whopping 8 earned runs and 4 walks. The bullpen was not much better. The Dodgers took a huge bite out of the Big Apple, winning 2 straight in the NLCS. But the Mets would have the last laugh, forcing a Game 6 after a 12-6 beatdown in New York. The Dodgers are going to the World
Series and only need 4 more wins to become the world champs. Hey Rick, hey Sharon, happy World Series Eve. Tomorrow is the day, game 1 of the Fall Classic between the Yankees and the Dodgers here at Dodger Stadium. But first, both teams had to make it through a very crazy media day where there were swarms of media members. But what else do you expect when you have the top 2 teams in baseball? And we are finally here. Game 1 of the World Series between the Yankees and Dodgers here at Dodger Stadium is only a few hours away. The Dodgers made the Fall Classic after overcoming so much adversity this season, including injuries to the top of their lineup and their pitching staff. In fact, their Game 1 starter has only been on the team for a couple of months. That is how you set the tone for the World Series. The Yankees knew exactly what they were doing. They know Freddie Freeman is basically out here on one leg. The disrespect to walk Mookie Betts to say, we want Freddie Freeman. And you know how he responded? By doing something that has never been done in World Series history, getting that walk-off grand slam. What a moment for him. He has had such a roller coaster of a season, not only dealing with his own health problems, but remember, his son had health problems. For him to come up huge in this moment means everything. You can feel the residual excitement here at Dodger Stadium. There's so much juju, you can feel it in the air. You know what, before the World Series, I asked both Yankee and Dodger fans if they preferred Hollywood or Broadway. But you know what, I don't think either entertainment giant could write up a better ending than we saw last night. Not only did Freddie Freeman hit the first ever walk-off grand slam in World Series history, but he pretty much did it on one leg. The air smells a little bit fresher when you go up 2-0 in the World Series. Hey Sam, hey Sandra, we can all breathe a sigh of relief. The good news is Shohei Ohtani is officially available and will play in Game 3 of the World Series here at Yankee Stadium and will continue to bat leadoff. Dave Roberts said this decision ultimately came down to his pain tolerance. He also said that he does not think that his hitting will be affected since the partial dislocation is in his left shoulder and not his right. This is what you call complete dominance from the Dodgers in Game 3 of the World Series and the best case scenario for the first road game of the series. Buehler pitched lights out, going 5 scoreless, and once again holding the judge in contempt. Aaron Judge. The Dodgers have an opportunity tonight to do something special. Not only sweep one of the most storied franchises in baseball, but do it with the arms of their bullpen. It was hard to believe that the Yankees wouldn't get a single win in this series. A lot of people thought it would go to 7. As far as the game tonight, despite that glorious deja vu moment for Freddie Freeman when he got that 2-run homer in the first, exactly like last night, the bullpen struggles were on full display, preventing the sweep and clinching the championship, at least for tonight. Take 2. The Dodgers will try to close out the World Series today in Game 5 after putting their brooms away, unable to complete the sweep with the bullpen game yesterday. The champagne is flowing. The Dodgers are your 2024 World Series champions. How does it feel to be a world champ?
It feels amazing. You know, this is why we put so much effort, so much work. You know, this group of guys is what means the most to me, man. I love coming to work. I mean, we played until Halloween, and it didn't feel like it.
There's no better feeling in the world right now. Outside of my eyes burning right now, but I'm so happy for the players, the city of Los Angeles, our fans. We're the best organization in sports.
Have you even dried off from all of the champagne yet?
No, Cherry, if you look at me, you can see I am completely wet right now. The locker room was so much fun, but this is the look that you get when the Dodgers win the World Series, and they did it in dramatic fashion after being down 5-0 in the 5th inning. They came back, but resilience is what this team is made of all season long, from the injuries that they face, to their pitching staff, to Freddie Freeman, to Mookie Betts. They know how to come back when it matters, and they did that tonight. You saw in that 5th inning when Mookie got that ribby, and then Freddie Freeman hit that 2-run single. Teoscar Hernandez, a 2-run double. People didn't know who Dave Roberts would go to next in the bullpen. Literally in the national broadcast, they were crossing the guys' names off, but Blake Trinan did a great job in the bottom of the 8th. And Walker Buehler, the guy who woke up and probably didn't think he was going to pitch tonight, made his first relief outing since 2018. Closed this thing out for the boys in blue. blue. This is what you call an instant classic. Everyone in Yankee Stadium was biting their nails on the edge of their seats to see how this one would play out. And after 5 games, your Dodgers are World Series champs. Here are some sights and sounds from the locker room. This team has been through so much adversity, from the injuries to the pitching staff, to Freddie Freeman and his injury, Mookie and his injury. What does it mean that a team can overcome so much and become world champs? What does that mean to you, Andrew? That this team can overcome so much to become world champions?
Yeah, it's been this way all year.
Andrew, I can't see right now, but it burns so good. Congratulations.
You just cannot say it enough. The Dodgers are your World Series champions, and they partied hard in that locker room, as they should, because this team is so special. Every time they face adversity this season, they just overcome. Like the regular season and all the injuries to their pitching staff, the injury to Mookie Betts. What do? They finish with the best record in baseball in the postseason. When Freddie Freeman gets hurt, what does he do? He leaves as a champion and an MVP. Take a listen to the sights and sounds from the champagne shower in the locker room. I barely got the champagne out of my hair before hopping on a plane just to sit in this 64 Chevy Impala. We are surrounded by a ton of excited Dodger fans that their team won the World Series. Micah Sher, it's going to be hard to give you guys a recap because it feels like the party is still going out here. The color of passion is no longer red. It is Dodger blue. Party still goes on here at Dodger Stadium. Everyone is still dancing and so excited. This is what you get when you don't have a parade in 2020. Everyone is so extra hyped for the Dodgers parade. You see the extra ump out here. You see the shimmies. You see the bongos. You see amazing shoes out here. Everyone's Dodgers from their heads to their toes. For now, reporting live from the party at Dodger Stadium. Krystle Rich, what's that back to you?
That is probably the most fun live shot I've ever seen a reporter do, just dancing nonstop, and oh my gosh.
Breathless.
It's amazing.